Hello there everybody, my name is Logan S, and welcome back to my Paris-only playthrough of Pokémon FireRed. Now, if you haven't been watching up to this point, as you can see on the screen, we are currently up to the 8th gym badge. We are going to hopefully be challenging and beating Giovanni today, and getting up to the Elite Four. That is my whole entire goal. Here at the start, I was just running through, trying to make my path to the gym leader, and right here, I get to Giovanni, and I'm going to do my ceremonial first save. And my first attempt here versus Giovanni. I'm not too worried about this. We haven't had too many problems with Giovanni, but his Nidoqueen and Nidoking can definitely hinder me a little bit with their poison. Now, if you're wondering why I'm doing this playthrough, a few months ago I was thinking about one of my friends from grade school, my very first ever friend. Her name is Caitlin, and she helped me a lot when I was first learning how to play Pokemon. And I just vividly remember one day in Mount Moon, we captured a Paris, and she said, let's name it Ace for some reason. I don't remember what the reason was, but I carried that Paris with me, and eventually as a Parasect all the way until the Elite Four. I don't think I ever beat the Elite Four when I was a kid, but I remember picking up my copy of Pokemon Red version, and I had indeed gotten to the Elite Four with a Parasect. But Giovanni's going to lead off with 2 Rhyhorns, which are basically just 2 free kills with just Giga Drain, so I'm very happy about that. His Nidoqueen is coming in next, and this is where I'm going to start to implement some more strategies. We're immediately going to put this thing to sleep, because the last time we faced off against Giovanni, it was not a fun time. So I'm going to go straight to my hidden power, which I believe is Dragon type. Now, I have not confirmed that yet, but there's literally only one trainer in the entire game that has a Dragon type, so it hasn't been super effective against literally any other type that I have faced, so Nidoqueen unfortunately wakes up fairly quickly, but I'm able to put it back to sleep. We are able to tank a hit, not lose too much HP, so this battle's not going to be too bad. We are level 61, but honestly, this is a much lower level than I was expecting at this point in the game. I was expecting Paris to need to be like almost level 100 if we wanted to try to complete this thing. Now, I still haven't completed the playthrough as of this time of recording, so obviously that's not been determined yet, but Giovanni's going to heal up with a max potion, and these extra items that these trainers are starting to have is really starting to affect my PP. Now, I seriously need, the PP is just absolutely insane. There's a limited number of max ethers and regular ethers, so it's so hard to manage PP on, especially on a Paris that doesn't have that many PP to begin with, especially on the Hidden Power and Giga Drain. But get Nidoqueen down just a little bit more. I was hoping for a crit there, because I think a crit would have beaten him, but no. And we get another Hyper Potion. We have beaten this thing twice over by now with this little Paris, and I just want this Nidoqueen down. Another Hidden Power here. Let's see, is there anything else I wanted to mention? Oh yeah, when I was a kid, my friend Caitlin, she, funnily enough, when I was a kid, I didn't even realize that you could save or anything like that. So the first couple of days that I was playing Pokemon, I was just restarting every time. But anyway, we did finally take down Nidoqueen, and next up is the King. So we are immediately going to put this thing back to sleep. I remember my mom actually made me a deal because I was complaining I couldn't get to the first gym badge in Pokemon Yellow. And she said, if you get the first gym badge, I will buy you Pokemon Red version. So that's how Caitlin and I met on the playground one day. She came over, I was playing my Game Boy Color, and she helped me get the first gym badge by capturing a Caterpie and evolving it into Butterfree. And to this day, whenever I play Gen 1, that's my favorite strategy to go to, is to get a Butterfree before the first gym, and then take down Brock with Butterfree and Confusion. This Nidoking is getting really, really low here, ooh, so close. Please, I'm hoping right here, do not full restore. Please tell me you're out of full restores, and Thank God Giovanni is out of full restore, so we are fully able to take down this Nidoking. Now, with where I am in retrospect, I would love to go back and conserve a couple of my ethers, because let me tell you, the Elite Four is going to be no joke. But this Doug Trio, I think this is just going to be basically a free kill. That Slash does nothing. This Giga Drain is going to be super effective, and even if we don't OHKO, which, oh, yes, we do OHKO. So with that, we have gotten our 8th and final gym badge. I am so thrilled. When I first started this playthrough, I didn't even know if I would be able to get through Giovanni without being a level 100 Paris or not. So this was absolutely incredible. So the only thing standing in our way between us and the Elite Four is one more rival battle, and I am so nervous about this rival battle because this Pidgeot is absolutely insane. Like, Paris against flying types is just a no-go. Thank God there's no flying type specialist, and the only real flying type I have to worry about in the entire game is my rival, which is going to be unfortunate whenever we get to the championship battle. But before we get there, let's see how we do against this level 47 Pidgeot. So I know the only thing I can hope for is for a Spore, and look at that. I was not expecting Ace to be able to tank a wing attack. Now, I did have to try this battle a few times, and that wing attack is actually it's down to a damage roll. So if it was as long as it wasn't a high damage roll, because it only killed me on the first turn a couple of times. So here I'm deciding what the best thing to do is. I decide I have to Hyper Potion. If this thing wakes up and attacks me one time, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to be able to move again. Even I can't solely rely on the Quick Claw, and I think I even forgot to put the Quick Claw back on Ace. So we are in a bit of a pickle with that, but I'm really hoping this Slash can be a two-hitter, and of course it's not going to be. Now, Pidgeot is going to hit us with a Feather Dance, which I am, oh my gosh, my attack falling. Like, we cannot really afford that. That Slash now does almost nothing, and I am just, my only option is to hopefully go to, see, look at that, 2 HP that time, is to go to Hidden Power and hope that it is going on a I think the Hidden Power actually goes on my special attack, which is good. Because, you know, having my attack lowered like that. But anyway, Pidgeot does take us down for that L on my first attempt. Now, like I said, I did have to do this a couple of times, but I'm going to cut some of those out so you guys don't have to see all of it. Because some of these battles can get pretty long as I try to figure out my way around it and best strategies. Now, you might see that I have 2 Carbos there. And I don't know how, but I've actually maxed out my Paris' speed. It doesn't have maxed out other stats yet, or it's still accepting whenever I find a protein or something like that, so don't know how I accidentally did that, but honestly that's great news for us because I need every bit of speed on this little Paris as I possibly can. I really need this Pidgeot to stay asleep. We hit it with a couple of slashes here, and I'm really hoping that one more slash will do what it should. Pidgeot is still fast asleep, thankfully, and with like 1 HP, I am just so, please don't let him have, okay, Pidgeot woke up and it's going to hit us. Please be a medium or low damage roll. Yes, so we do live that hit. Hit it with one more slash, Pidgeot is down, but we are down to just 10 HP, 12 now that we level up. And I am just like, oh, please be able to tank. Oh, and I see a Rhyhorn is coming up next, so I thank my rival very kindly for the free HP that I'm getting ready to get from here. I don't know if I should have Hyper Potioned first or not, because I think Ace could have easily tanked whatever hit this Rhyhorn was getting ready to throw at it, but I just decided to take the KO and hope that the next Pokemon out I'm able to take a hit from Growlithe. Oh god. Oh, those fire types of Blaines were so difficult to get past, and obviously it's going to now lower my attack 1 stage. Thank God I hadn't been Feather Danced in this one, because having my attack lowered by 3 stages, I think I would have had to have just restarted this fight, because I don't think I could have beat him. But Thankfully, we are quicker, so we are able to immediately put this Growlithe to sleep, because I do not want to risk this thing having Flamethrower or something like that, which will take me down in one hit. I decide to not heal up and just to try to get this thing down as quick as possible. Thankfully, it doesn't wake up on the first turn, and it just takes the 2 quick slashes to take it down. Coming up next is the Execute. Now, I'm not worried about Execute, but I still want to get this thing down as quick as possible in case it has some weird move that I'm not expecting. So immediately put it to sleep. Slash, I'm really hoping this does half damage, and it does nothing almost, and it wakes up immediately, of course. It's going to paralyze me, which is going to drop my speed and give me only a 50-50 chance of moving, so ugh. And if I'm going to heal up, I might want to use a full heal, but I decide to try to break through the paralyze and put this thing to sleep. I am fully paralyzed on the first move, while Execute charges up a Solar Beam. I'm pretty sure I can tank this pretty well. And that Solar Beam does literally 10 damage. Oh my gosh, please do that all day, Execute. Thank you. Put the Execute to sleep finally, broke through the paralysis, and now I'm going to go and use a full heal to get my rid of my paralysis, and just to might as well max out my HP. Oh wait, no. I didn't go full heal. Well, wait, no. I was thinking full restore. That entire time I was saying full heal. I am sorry. I promise, I know Pokemon. Anyway, I decide to go with Hidden Power, which gets a lucky crit, and Execute goes down with just that 1 crit, so thank you. And up next is Alakazam. Now, we didn't have too much trouble against Sabrina, so I'm not too worried about Alakazam. I'm sure we can tank at least 1 or 2 hits. He is going to try to Calm Mind up, and I'm immediately, of course, putting this thing to sleep. You know, I have to say, when I first started this playthrough, I thought Poison was going to be my go-to status condition, but I've pretty much abandoned that after the first gym, because Spore is just proven to be way too overpowerful. I mean, I know people say Spore is cracked, but it really came in useful, especially once we got into the later part of the game when Paris absolutely cannot tank too many hits. But this Alakazam is thankfully going to stay asleep, and this thing goes down. The only thing standing between us and Victory Road is now going to be Blastoise, which I am not worried about at all. We have Giga Drain. I'm really hoping we can just one-shot this thing for a nice little cherry on top of the cake. Blastoise is going to hit us with Rain Dance, so that doesn't matter to me at all. Giga Drain comes in, and we do, whoa, way over half. Oh, and that was a crit. Super effective. We get all of our HP back. Oh, it feels good to know that we are going to be able to beat this thing. Now, why I didn't go for another Giga Drain right there, I don't know, but he bites us and flinches us anyway. I don't know why I wanted to put him to sleep, but it doesn't matter. We don't, nothing else ends up coming of that. He's going to hit us with a Water Gun, which does more than I was expecting, but still not bad at all. Giga Drain takes this thing down. And with that, Victory Road has finally opened up, which means that we are just a couple of minutes away from being able to get into the real challenge, which is going to be the Elite Four. So, if you want to see my next video where I start to take on the Elite Four, consider giving me a subscription. It would really help out if you've watched this far in the video. Hopefully that means you do want to see how I finish off this game, if I'm able to beat the Elite Four or not. So, it would really help out. I'm brand new at doing this, and I'm really hoping to maybe one day make this into at least a little side gig for me. But my name is Loganus. You have been watching this, so like I said, we are going to take on the Elite Four in the next video. So until then, I will see you in my next video. Take care.